In the spirit of what this channel is all about, exploration and seeking out new knowledge, I hope you'll indulge me a little as I share a bit of my nerdier hobbies, children's trading cards. I used to collect Pokemon cards as a kid, but I guess I grew out of that particular franchise after a while. But still, I've got that itch to collect cards and enjoy the exploration of new cool monster art and game mechanics. Won't you know it? Duel Monsters is connected to an anime I every once in a while will still watch. Not to mention I actually know how to play the damn game. I've made a point of buying packs that I'm not too familiar with to ensure I run into as many surprises as possible, for your viewing pleasure. I should also point out, this series was inspired by Little Karibo's pack opening series, wherein he would take one card from each pack until he had 20 cards. He in turn was inspired by Masako X's series of opening Dragon Ball Super card packs. And Masako X in turn would never have been able to do that if not for Akira Toriyama making Dragon Ball. So, when you think about it, it's really Akira Toriyama's fault that I'm giving Konami money for shiny pieces of cardboard. I'm watching you, Toriyama-sensei. You a bad influence. Now, I will be introducing a few house rules to my series in this case. Little Karibo simply opened each pack and just picked one card from each, simple and to the point. However, this would practically make it impossible to build a deck that can make use of the extra deck. A fusion monster summon would require a fusion spell or trap card, at least 2 specific material monsters, and a fusion or synchro or whatever monsters. Basically, you need to luck out and get a handful of very specific cards to do it. So, to make things more interesting, I will add the house rule that monsters that go into the extra deck will be free. Though I will still need to pick out material monsters and tuners, adding at least some risk of me screwing it up. Risk, chance, high stakes, romance, and explosions! Well, maybe not all of that. Second house rule, I've got 20 packs here, and while I technically could make a legitimate 20 card deck for quick duels, I'm going to pull 2 cards out of each one to get to that full 40 carded deck, the minimum anyone needs to play by the regular Master Duel rules. But Marco, I hear some of you asking, why didn't you just buy 40 packs in that case? Well, first of all, these packs are a present from me to myself, so I'ma use them however I want. Secondly, this isn't a Yu-Gi-Oh focused channel, so investing another 1,000 plus Swedish crowns on a series that I'm not even taking that seriously would be crazy. But with that out of the way, let's get into this. Alright, first of all, we got Flames of Destruction. This is the first ever card pack I ever bought, I would say. I know that because I give it a little nick there in the corner, just to make sure that I get the right one for my first ever unpacking video. So let's get right into it. Do you like that little bit of ASMR card unpacking, classic unwrapping? Alright, let's see. Heart of the cards, we're gonna see what the first card I ever see is gonna be. Gurgon's End. Gurgon's End. It's a weird triangular thing that has trapped a black hole with all kinds of negative red energy coming from it. And it says, target one Tin Dangle Link monster you control, equip this card to it. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Once per turn, if there are monsters in all zones the equipped monster points to, if there are still monsters in all zones the equipped monster points to, you can destroy this card and all of those monsters, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the equipped monster's attack before they were destroyed. Looks like there may have been some sort of repeat sentence there in the middle for some reason, I don't know. But anyway, this would appear to be useful if I have Tin Dangle Link monsters, which, you know, I don't have all that many Flames of Destruction packs, so we'll see if anything like that even pops up. Next one, Goki Bear Hug. It's some sort of Oni or ogre just wearing a big bear pelt, like a berserker. Let's see, it's a 6-star monster, warrior / effect with 2400 attack, which is pretty nice. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Goki card or normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its original attack until the end of this turn. If this card is sent from the field to the GY, you can add one Goki card from your deck to your hand except Goki Bear Hug. You can only use each effect of Goki Bear Hug once per turn. So this can be pretty useful if used in combination with other Gokis, I would presume. And just in general, just be a very handy card if I'm using it as a tribute, though that would still require more than one card. So we'll see how useful it looks like after I've seen all the other cards. Next up we got Boy Cotton, a 4-star monster, which is some sort of little kawaii desu lamb thing that's 100% cotton, or is it an actual lamb? Because there's actual sheep and lambs in the background, while this one is extremely moe desu. So it might be some sort of a robot, an android, I don't know. And it's a plant / effect. So it's like a genetically engineered ball of cotton or something. You take any battle damage your opponent would have taken from battles involving this card instead. If this card battles is not destroyed and you took damage from the battle, return this card to the hand. So that's a pretty risky one. It does, however, have extremely high defense points, so the likelihood of it being harmed is still not all too big, I guess, maybe? So if I need something that's really defensive, that would be the ideal card right now. Next up, we have our first synchro monster, a Flower Guardian Moonflower Viewing. It's a 6-star monster, it's a warrior, synchro, tuner, and effect. First time I'm seeing a synchro monster that's also a tuner. And it's some sort of geisha lady with pretty backgrounds and flowery... what are they called? Not kimonos, yutokas, and a freaking electrified sun fan of some sort. And also she's got these red bug eyes. Just cramming in all of the design choices in this one. You get it with 1 tuner plus 2 non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can draw 1 card, and if you do, show it. Then, if it is a Flower Guardian monster, you can special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions, and it can attack directly this turn. If you have activated this effect, skip the draw phase of your next turn. When this card is used as synchro material, you can treat it and all other synchro materials that have a level as level 2 monsters. And its attack is 2000 and defense is 2000, so I mean, for a synchro monster that is kind of mediocre almost, I would say at least, so, and it seems to require a lot to really be used to its fullest potential, so probably not gonna take this one. Next up we have Altergeist Emulate Elf, blah blah blah. Which doesn't exactly look like an emulated elf anyway, but rather some sort of weird... It's a really curvy, thick, green android creature thing, and it's got a little smiley face without the eyes, just to make it extra non-human, I guess. And it's a continuous trap card. Special summon this card as an effect monster, okay. And as a monster, it's a spellcaster, a light one, level 4, attack 1400 with a defense of 1800, which is okay. If summoned this way while it is in the monster zone, other Altergeist traps you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, neither player can target them with card effects. So for an Altergeist deck, this would be pretty useful, I guess, though at the same time, this is a trap card, which means that you can't just summon this one right away, you have to set it and then activate it at some point, so I don't know about this one. Ooh, look at that, we got a Super Team Body Force Unite! And it's a trap card and it's all shiny too, with a bunch of the Oyama characters on the front posing and smiling for me. Let's see, it's a trap card. Target one face-up monster on the field. Special summon one monster from your hand or GUI with the same original type as that monster's, but with a different original name. If this card in its owner's spell and trap card zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can set one Super Team Body Force Unite directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. So for getting a special summon, this could be handy. And hello, we got another wrestling card. A spell card, Goki Face Turn. Target one Goki card you control and one Goki monster in your GY. Destroy this card on the field, and if you do, special summon that other monster from the GY. You can only activate one Goki Face Turn per turn. And I would say that's pretty handy for a Goki deck. It would be very useful and pretty simple to use as well. Just get one card out and one card in. And next up we have Kaiden Kendo Spirit. It's my first pendulum monster, and it's a 5 level 1. And it's some sort of Kendo. I mean, it says Kendo Spirit, but it looks more like a Kendo machine, a cyborg or something. That I guess is maybe a spirit is trapped within it or something. I don't know. And also the tip of his sword looks like it's got 2 eyes and it's all distraught looking like, oh no, don't swing me at things. In case you didn't know already, pendulum cards can be used as both spell cards and monster cards. And if I were to use this as spell card, this effect at the top would react. If a monster is pendulum summoned, return this card from the pendulum zone to the hand. I guess if it's in the pendulum zone, I can get it back and then summon it as a monster later on to use it in that way. It is a warrior / pendulum / spirit / effect, and when this card is normal summoned, you can choose one card in your pendulum zone and send to the GY all cards your opponent controls in the same column as that card. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned or flipped face up this turn, return this card to the hand. So all things considered, I would say this is actually a pretty useful card, if a bit complicated to use. Not to mention that the pendulum number here is 9, which is pretty high and pretty useful if I were to use pendulum summoning as a strategy. And its attack is pretty high as well. Last but not least, Altergeist Kidolga, which is my first Link summoning monster, a spellcaster, and it is a multi-armed monstrosity centaur thingy. It's as if the designers decided that, hey, let's take the alien queen from the Aliens movies and combine it with an armored centaur of some sort. And give it giant fuck-off battle axes, or battle tridents, I guess that is. And it's a Link 2 monster, which means that I need at least 2 monsters, in this case 2 Altergeist monsters, to summon it. When another Altergeist monster you control inflicts damage to your opponent, you can target one monster in their GY, special summon it to your zone this card points to, but each turn it cannot attack unless this card has already declared an attack that turn. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can target one Altergeist card in your GY, add it to your hand. Its attack is only at 1000, so this is not looking all that attractive to me. As for what cards I will be picking, I'm very tempted to just pick both of these Goki cards simply because they seem to both be pretty handy and have nice effects. Although the Goki Bear Hug is a 6-star monster, and not to mention that I don't know how likely it is that I'll be getting more Goki cards from the other packs that I've got. So you know what? I think I'll go with Boycott him first, simply to have some kind of good defense card, and then it's up between Super Team Body Force Unite, for the sake of having a trap card that allows me to do some special summoning, and Kaiden Kendo Spirit, to give me something that might give me a bit more attack power, more offensive power. The main drawbacks with Kaiden though would be that he would need a tribute monster to be summoned in the first place, and if he's summoned he needs to be returned to the hand at the end of the turn. So, while it might be against my better judgment, you know what? We're going with the Ojamas. Super Team Body Force Unite. I'm simply gonna have to cross my fingers and hope that I do get monsters that are of the same type so that this particular card can be useful to me. And while I said I wouldn't really use it, the Flower Guardian Moonflower Viewing is still a synchro monster, one that goes into the extra deck. So, according to my house rules, she would still be a free pick for me. So I'll guess she'll join me on my journey as well. And we'll see if she ever makes an appearance. So, am I doing good, guys? I hope I'm doing good. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. And I'll catch you next time when I open up yet another card pack.